Okay, here we are with the November 2025 issue of White Dwarf magazine. You see there's a big 50 on the front. It's issue 518, so yeah. For those who are wondering, it's 50 years of GW, Games Workshop. And I don't know if it's just me, but I haven't seen them really make much of a song and dance about it at the time of filming this. There's no, anniversary miniature as far as I'm aware. Which there sometimes usually is, at least when the games have an anniversary. I haven't seen many posts about it. Maybe it's just me, maybe I've missed something obvious. I don't know, but yeah, either way, it's 50 years of Games Workshop. So 50 years. And yeah, it's quite an interesting little blurb at the beginning. Oh, sorry, trying to get my light to stay still. Hopefully there's not too much reflection. I see a little bit on there, but I hope it's not too bad. I'll read just a little bit of this. It hardly seems possible that Games Workshop has been around for 50 years. For most of us, that means our favourite hobby has been around longer than we've been alive. Certainly the case for me. It was out learning to drive while we were still at nursery school. A lot has happened in that half century since Games Workshop was founded. The Berlin Wall fell, the internet was born, and flares and mullets both went out of fashion and then came back in. The world population more than doubled, and virtually all of those 8 billion people got rickrolled. I thought that was quite funny. And yeah, 50 years of Games Workshop. So they're acknowledging loads of their little games and starter sets. It's a really cool image. That'll make quite a cool poster. Got the logo changes there. And yeah, I don't know, it looks so sad compared to the old ones. I guess it's more modern than that, but more modern, more corporate. But it's just not as fun, is it? Not as fun. And so it begins. So all about the beginning, I'm sure we're all quite familiar with that photo. The first ever GW store. Very cool. I'm sure we've all seen the first White Dwarf as well. Also much different back in those days. Got Games Day, Rogue Trader. Obviously I'm not going to sit here and read all of it. Not on this video anyway. Warhammer 4th edition. 40k 2nd edition. And then a little bit about miniatures and slaughter bases, plastic. And the digital era of design and heroes. Heavy metal. And then on to the games. And what a golden age of miniatures that was, the late 90s, early noughties. Gorka Morka, Battlefleet Gothic, Inquisitor, Mordheim. There's rumours that Battlefleet Gothic's coming back in a Horus Heresy setting. But yeah, I love Inquisitor. The only issue with Inquisitor, of course, being a larger scale, is not really compatible with other GW miniatures and that, and it's all about sort of kit bashing and making up your own custom miniatures. I think they should bring it back in the 28mm scale and just let people just go wild with their conversions. New classics, a lot of talk there: Space Hulk, Horus Heresy, Old World, Underworlds, Warcry, and then Dreadfleet. Interestingly, Dreadfleet was a personal favourite, says Phil, and yeah, it was probably the one the community disliked the most. The miniatures were actually fantastic. I have it in my loft, or I've sold it, I don't know, I can't even remember. I might still have it, I might not. But I did have it, but I never got around to painting any of it. But the miniatures were gorgeous, but apparently the rules were not so great, which is a shame. Because yeah, I mean, look at that ship, it's so cool. Who knows, maybe they'll revisit it. Art of Illumination, some absolute classic artwork. I mean, this hobby's obviously gifted us with just thousands of beautiful miniatures, but let's not forget the hundreds of, if not thousands of pieces of artwork that goes alongside them as well. Just stunning. Classic. Lots of nostalgia already. And it goes into the digital world, the games, going all the way back to Chaos Gate, the original Dawn of War. Community in the next 50 years. It's quite scary that, you know, there's a possibility that a lot of us will be alive to see that. We'll be very old and probably not in full control of our faculties, but we could be around for the 100-year anniversary of GW, which would be insane. It's our 20th anniversary of Bitsbox next year, which is quite mental. So, the years just fly. Planet Warhammer. Letter of the Month. Rock Cut Trogoths are amazing. They really are. Beautiful miniatures. Great fun to paint. We've got a Warlord Titan. Goth Rocker and Jacob Bugmanson. Ragnar Blackmane. Gotrek. Moles of Month. Slambo. Eldrad. Horus Ascended. Which is a miniature I've got sitting over there in pieces that I need to finish assembling and then maybe start painting. I've got Gaunt's Ghost and Teclis and Gazgal. That's an amazing Gazgal. Beautiful, as always. And the Blessed Bolt Gun. So why not have a whole section talking about one of the most iconic weapons in Warhammer, which you don't see very often now. Although there are, of course, all these variants, which are quite common. But, I don't know. I'll always love the bolt gun more than the bolt rifle. But that's just nostalgia, isn't it? The bolt rifle is probably superior. Heavy bolters, though, they're the coolest. And it's a little bit more there. Heavy weapons, Adeptus Sororitas, Talons of the Emperor. Quite a lot of people use the bolt weapons. Alright, so this is quite a cool little segment. Battle through the ages. So there's little rules to use the contents of the 2nd, 3rd and 4th edition Warhammer boxes. Now I know they definitely reissued the miniatures from the 3rd, didn't they? Maybe they'll do the same with 2nd and 3rd. I can't remember, they might have actually done it with the 4th edition. But anyway, if you want to use 2nd edition Space Marines and Orcs, it does use the current rule set of 40k, but it gives you these extra rules to maybe make them feel a little bit more old school, which is really cool. And then we've got 3rd edition, so you've got your Drukhari or Dark Eldar, which is just Cavalite Warriors. But that actually might be all they had in the start. And then Tactical Squad and the Landspeeder. And then we've got the 4th edition, Tactical Squad. Oh, maybe it's not by full. Yeah, it's not the full armies. Maybe they balanced it a little bit. But really cool. And then you've got missions for these as well. So yeah, if you have them old miniatures kicking around, then what a great little thing you can use them for. So, next up we have a battle for Kasr Kraf. Essentially, this is a Fall of Cadia battle report, and it's a big battle report. Look at that army of Cadians. That's so cool. Don't say how many points it is. I'm not sure they do. But yeah. There's a Warhammer Titan in there. There's lots of tanks. So, an army like that must be up against something quite formidable, and there's a lot of Black Legion. Again, Chaos have also got a Warhound. And yeah, there's a lot there. Really cool. And that's the battlefield that they are fighting over. Now, as always, I don't go through these page by page, as I don't want to give away the result for anyone who might want to read it. And I like to read them later on as well. So, moving on to Age of Sigmar, and we have Wasteland Death Race. So this is really cool. This is rules for chariot death races in the Mortal Realms, which is really cool. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of chariots in Age of Sigmar, and I think there should be more. I really hope they do more. Please do more chariots, GW. I'm very tempted though to convert up my own, maybe like a Lumen F1 or a Chaos Dwarf one, or Helsmiths I should say. Just to use for these rules, should be really cool. Because I suppose you could use anything. But yeah, that's really cool. What rules for that? Damage, ramming, ramming and careening. But yeah, really cool. And there are, I believe, tokens and stuff for this game system at the back of the White Dwarf. But that's really, really cool. And then there's a little Death on Wheels thing to go with it. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think it's just Slaves of Darkness, Sylvaneth, Gloomspite, and Slanesh who have chariots. I'm not sure anyone else does. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be completely wrong. Legions of Fire. We're talking all about the Helsmiths of Hashut. And I really don't want to be tempted any more by these than I already am, because I've got so much to build and paint. But my god, I'm going to have to get some eventually. I mean, I've still got the Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team I need to paint up. I've got the old one and the new one I need to paint up. The Hell Cannon, look. I've got this guy as well, who is just one of my favourite, definitely my favourite Blood Bowl miniatures by far. Really cool. So good to see them back. And yeah, the miniatures are just stunning, aren't they? They are stunning. Really like them. Yeah, I mean, we've stocked them on the site recently. I'm just looking at them, and they are calling to me a little bit. But really cool. Really good release. GW done so well with this army, and I hope we'll see more of them in the future. Some extra units. Maybe even a Hell Cannon would be cool. And of course, you've got to have a painting guide for them. And then Black Library is a tale of many tales. So, going over some of the more popular fiction. And lots of nice, lovely artwork to go alongside it as well. You can turn the page. And of course, Horus Heresy. Access granted now. We've got bunker challenges and stuff. Satellite uplink. Some really nice stuff. And it's all members of the Warhammer studio. And look at him, little classic Saturnine. Yeah, really nice to see some older miniatures here. I just realised they're actually all old miniatures, aren't they? Which is really cool. Yeah, so yeah, they're classic models. Shows you what you can learn if you read, hey? Ah, stunning. Look at them. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. It would be hard not to try and collect like the old Chaos Dwarf stuff, as well as the Helsmith. Yeah, really nice. I do have some of the old miniatures somewhere. Oh, love them. Love them. Really nice. Love the Ultramarines. So good. Oh. Inquisitor miniatures as well, look. Oh. The old Plague Marines. Because I have a squad of these. I just love them. Mine are painted in that same sort of scheme as well, just for random colours. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia right now. A lot of nostalgia. It's a golden era, I tell you. So good. Yeah, love that. And yeah, we've got our little things for the death race there. And look, we've got some little templates. Very cool. And of course, the bunker missions, as always, finish the issue. Well, there we go. I know it's a special issue for being 50 years and that, but it's been one of my favourites for a while. It's for nostalgia, I suppose. I was just of that age. And, yeah, that's a good one. If you are going to pick up one this year, maybe pick up this one, especially if you're maybe over 30. And lots of cool stuff. But really good. Really enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that one. And I've already looked for it a couple of times. I'll probably be looking for it a bit more as well. But really cool. Yeah. Hopefully that's been alright. I know there's a little bit of a glare there, but I can never stop it. Either you have a dark video or you have a bit of glare. So I do try my best. But hopefully it's all alright. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that issue and feel like picking it up. And if you haven't, then at least you've got this video where you can look through it with me. So yeah. And please do feel free to give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. And you can subscribe to our channel. We do these every month, plus lots of other hobby content as well. I've got a couple of kit bashing videos in the pipeline, which you'll be seeing very soon. And then all that's left to say is thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.